Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our penultimate episode of Altered Carbon Birmingham Uprising, where this is all about revolution and the different sides of it. And those of you that are coming to us from, let's say, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, you know all about how there can be different revolutions and different nuances of movements. And that is just the tip of the iceberg of what we're going to be exploring with this for this campaign, but also today. Hope you enjoyed our week off last week to be able to catch up with everything. And then also for those of us that are part of Scry, keeping in mind that you can join whether you are a subscriber to Hunters Entertainment or not. You get time accrual to be able to use in our Tuesday night game of Outbreak Undead to be able to shape the communities and the apocalyptic world that's there. So, well worth your time to go ahead and just sign up for Scry. It's that little purple hat that you'll see. Along with that, today we have a giveaway. If you do exclamation point giveaway, then you should be able to be entered into that. It is either a PDF of Altered Carbon, the RPG game itself, or it is to be entered into. It's a giveaway for the Stealth MK2 dice from Level Up Dice, because this is a collaboration. Like, this is a dual campaign that we are doing with them. Thursdays, we have one part of the revolution, and then Fridays, you have a different part of it. Both are at 1 p.m. PT. Thursdays is at on Level Up Dice's channel, level up underscore TTV. And then, of course, Fridays is where you are right here, right now. I am your game master for this campaign, Markeia McCarty. You might know me from Hunters Entertainment or maybe from Roll20, doing a couple of things over there. But in particular, we're gonna chase some things and make some really hard choices today. So I'm really, really looking forward to this. So let's go ahead and introduce our awesome cast that is going along on this journey, of which there are no villains. Maybe we're just all heroes because we're all heroes of our own story, type of a deal. So let's go ahead and start with Freckled Hobo. If you can please say your yourself, your pronouns, like where people can find you, and then also like go into your character. Tell us something deep about them.
Mm, oh man, so much about Mama Sky. All right, well, hello, I am Freckled Hobo. I go by Freck or Hobo. I am she, her, as well as my character Mama Sky. She's also a she, her. When it comes to Mama Sky, she's very business oriented. She's all about pleasure and payment. She goes above and beyond for her ladies that she calls her doves, much like a flock, just a very sexy flock. And she is known for being able to keep secrets, whether that be people or information or just anything that she's been given. And she just happens to be in the right place at the right time the majority of the time. Something deeper about her, she used to have a great love that she met after she had established this brothel and this new sleeve. Let's just say he was a pirate to not go well. Yeah. That's Mama Sky.
Very cool. Be Zelda, please. Yourself, your pronouns, your character pronouns, and something deep about them.
Yeah, before I even get into that, you were like, yeah, maybe we're all the heroes in this world, but what if we're all just the villains? I was waiting for that comparison because I don't know if we're the hero of anything.
Except for your own story. And you can always be the villain of somebody else's.
Yeah, I like that. So hello. I am B Zelda, your non-binary busy bee. My pronouns are they, them, and I am playing Nero Wolf. It'll take me like a couple of speaking before I can pick up his accent again. Nero is a private eye who has probably been doing this most of his life. He's kind of unassuming, tall, dark skin, unkept hair, unkept eyebrows, piercings, lots of trench coats. If I actually owned a trench coat, believe you me, I'd be hecking wearing it. This is the closest thing I got. Nero himself, I'm thinking something that we don't necessarily know about him, or kind of like a deep dark secret. Since Mama Sky brought up love and relationships, I think it should be known that Nero has never been able to hold a relationship down for longer than a few months. When you are a private eye and you are constantly looking into people's pasts, into their histories, and you are digging up the worst of the worst, you don't become very likable. And he's had to learn to keep people at arm's length if he wants to maintain any kind of relationship with them, and that is not a super happy, healthy way to live.
Indeed. No, it isn't. We could all learn from Nero's lesson. Allie B, please. Where can we find you, your pronouns, and then your character and something deep about them?
Hi, I'm Allie B, also known as Mads. I am a tabletop game designer for the most part, usually on Twitter. On Patreon, I just put up the slideshow from a workshop that I did on tabletop mechanics. And this is a nice segue. And when I design things in tabletops, I like to deal a lot with feelings and making you feel things. And weirdly enough, I realized last weekend I'm making Mephi feel things. Mephi being the character I'm playing, she, they pronouns. I also have she, they pronouns. Mephi's gonna have to make some hard choices about, do I care about these strange assortment of people that I obviously need to take care of because they're not old enough to take care of themselves, obviously. Or do I go with the people that I know will owe me some favors in the far-flung future? So of course, Mephi's going to live forever. Nothing can happen to him. At all. Ever. Nothing.
Ever. Because a sleeve by any other name is still Mephi. So.
Yeah. And a deep dark secret. Yeah, I think it's just that Mephi's feeling things.
Ooh, this is like kind of new for them, where it's just like before it's more thrill kill, what's the next day, what's the next season, and now there's something more layered.
I think up until now, the most important thing to Mephi has been how much fun is Mephi having, despite everyone else. And like, yeah, this is theoretically fun, but like, I mean, I don't want them to just die. That'd be boring. It's definitely nothing else. No, like, human connection, nothing. Just, they'll be fun later.
Oh, goodness. Well, Mephi does have a lot of influence in case she wanted to possibly save and re-sleeve someone. That's completely an option because I'm coming after y'all's influence points. So we'll see how that goes. Lanta, please tell us where we can find you, your pronouns, and then also your character, something deep about them.
Of course. Hello, good morning, wherever you are in the world. I am Atlanta, also known as Lanta Fanta. I work at Level Up Dice, and I run Level Up TTV. I am also a Lego master on season 3 in Australia. And yeah, I do some crazy cool stuff. My pronouns are she, her, and I am playing Ritz Miller tonight. And little thing to know about Ritz is she just wants to be loved, but she doesn't know how. She never had it as a kid. She never had it growing up. All that she knows that love is an intimate thing. It's not like a feeling thing. So the issue with that is, she doesn't know what she needs in that retrospect, but she wants to feel it. Yeah, so she's trying to find her way through it, I think.
Nice. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and do a recap of everything that y'all feel was important, or what you can remember from our last session together. And if there's anything in there that I feel that's important to fill in the gaps, I will. If there are things that you've forgotten that I'm okay with you forgetting, I won't.
Not ominous at all.
I feel like Nero has the best notes. I can't even find my notebook, so
I mean, Ritz, if you want to start, because I know like the bulk of like the beginning of last session kind of started with that fight, where you learned a lot of information.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so season 2, so episode 2. I've written session 2, not season 2. Don't know why. Session 2 started with us in the fighting pit. We were mid-fight with Eclipse and Crossroads. Crossroads had me pinned, which Crossroads never does, and was whispering sweet answers to questions, and we were trying to find Luan, and Crossroads was giving me all the right answers that we needed. And, you know, they let us know that we need to find Nyx, because Nyx is really, really close with Luan, and gave us an address as to where we can find Nyx. So, you know, Crossroads slipped me some like a data stick, so we're able to kind of get some information about everything that we need. Within saying that, we lost the fight, very, very sadly. Did not see that coming. Just because we tried, all right? We fought hard.
Against international MMA champions.
Yeah.
Oh man.
No big
I know.
deal. We
The
put up a
dice were just
fight.
not there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. The dice say what will happen, so.
Exactly.
They hate us.
They hate us. What we found out was Nyx works for Longbridge Air and Space, which works with, you know, they rose from the ashes, and they work on expanding different colonies and planets, which, you know, if Luan has very important information, this could be very detrimental for, you know, the world that we live in and everything else that's kind of happening, and everything that's directly linked with the Windsors and everything that's going on there. We were given a direct location, and we found out that we need to find Luan as quick as we can, due to the fact that they're gonna be eliminated if we can't get to them, because the information that they have is up here. And if their RFD is gone, then we're never going to be able to find out what was taken. So after that fight, we had to get to somewhere that was kind of safe and secure, and Mephi helped us out with that. We ended up in a beautiful restaurant. I downed 3 to 4 bowls of ramen, and just kept going. Exposed that Crossroads gave me a data stick, and from there Beffy called in some favors, and we had someone come in who was able to lock down everything that was on it, which was an address to Nyx's apartment, which was great. So we were able to find out a little bit more about Nyx. So Nyx Cartwright, longtime employee of Longbridge Air and Space, tech, no photo was there, not intention about becoming criminal. So, you know, they're a great employee to this company. So it was like, well, why is this person linked to Luan? There were so many questions that were kind of brought up. And then I think we ended up at Nyx's from there.
We did.
And chaos ensued. I just went full cop on the door, did absolutely nothing, probably just stirred some neighbors. And Nero was like, we can do this smarter, and just sort of found a window, got inside. I was like, oh, how am I going to climb through this window? Didn't have to. Nero came and opened the door. Obviously, we set off a security alarm, which Mama Sky, I think, just rolled aces. Yeah, so just it was just I know this is easy. And we were looking around the apartment. We figured out that Nyx and Luana are very, very close, in the instance that they are so close that they are actually a double sleeve, which is highly illegal. And then Nyx came in.
and we saw them, and our chase ensued, I think, is where it
Is
was.
about
He
to,
saw
that's
us
for
and
sure.
dipped. Yeah. I think I got everything.
That was everything.
Yeah.
That was excellent. Very excellent. Is there anything character oriented that somebody wants to add into to that recap? Like anything that you'd want to restate?
I mean, it's not so much for me to restate, but there was some really good Mephi character, I don't know if development or like recession is an appropriate term, or like she was just like, yeah, I've got my own self-interest, so I'm gonna do my thing and screw all y'all. Not that we have any idea about that, but I, as B, am still very concerned.
Very nice.
That's fair. Yeah.
Mixed motives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Mm.
Yeah, indeed. No, I very, very much enjoyed that recap with everything. So, yeah, just a couple of things that I want to fill in there. Yeah, Crossroads gave you Nix's personal address. You did have an address for Luan, but that apartment had been visited pre-game by other people, and there wasn't really anything to find there. For this new address, then it was like, oh, okay, so that's why that was the lead that ended up being pursued the hardest. It was the personal address of the closest connection that you had to Luan, apart from, for instance, Nero, uh, who Luan had contacted at the very beginning of everything. Along with that, just for some of the things that you found while you were in Nix's apartment. So you found there were a number of different things in there. You saw photographs in general with like Nix, like in different locations. He seemed to very much enjoy landmarks of Central and Birmingham in general. You also found his employment contract, where it basically stated that he had been a cybersecurity operative for Longbridge Air and Space. It's like he didn't have the spy mentality until one day. I mean, all of this happened. So yeah, so that's something that you found out, and then along with those pictures, that's how you actually found a picture of Nyx, and then like how Nyx is like mid 30 somethings, not that many laugh lines, like, kind of looks like a government employee, basically, just like, getting through the paces and everything. And then contrast that with Luan, who's just filled with life and like living his best. Is doing all this spy stuff, hooked up with Crossroads, the international MMA fighter, and all of this, filled with laughter and love, kind of a deal, but also is like mid 20s. And when you saw Nyx compared to Luan, you were like, this is the same person, but younger somehow. How is this possible? And then that's how Nyx then like came in, saw you holding this picture of them, knowing, like reading on your faces what was going, and then him booking out of there, because like, yes, double sleeving is highly illegal. And then like right now, you're pretty certain that Luan is the person with the data, but maybe it is Nyx that has it, trying to step into Luan's shoes. For instance, you don't know because you haven't had a chance to talk to either Luan or Nyx. Like very earlier on, Luan was like, "Oh, I messed up. I got this thing." But did he, or was it also he, just in a different form? So that's something that, these are great questions to answer, and we'll see how that goes about, today with it. As all of you are in a very, very awesomely furnished houseboat. That is Nyx. This is definitely a sanctuary away from the grind, and along with like a wonderful stereo system, and just for flavor, let's just say it was playing when you walked in, it played a very, very ancient track, Marvin Gaye Trouble Man, had come on. We'll just say that is what happened when you walked in, and then it went into like rain sounds and environmental sounds. As you are picking up this very crucial piece of evidence, to where it's just like you literally have evidence of double sleeping that has happened. Nyx coming in, seeing you, has bolted right back out through the houseboat. This is where we're going to start, where we are right now. Nyx is fast and had a lead on all of you. And what you are, and I assume that everybody's going to start running after him, unless someone's like, no, I'm going to find a safe. I mean, just
Got
let
a
me.
weird question.
Oh, please.
Is this boat a boat?
It's a houseboat. It is
So,
a boat
like-
on the water.
So, like, I can just start this boat and start the chase on water as well as on land at the same time, is my hope.
You could definitely try that, keeping in mind that houseboats tend to have a certain speed that they
Oh, yeah.
can go because of the heft. Like it's think of like a Cadillac, or like a deuce and a quarter. It's going to take a second to be able to get that going.
mean, she got to come back for her house at some point. If I just keep it, then maybe we could take it with us. We could keep looking for stuff.
That is totally
I love that.
possible. That is
I'm gonna
possible
try.
to do that. I will say that you hear a motorcycle starting up outside. Everybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna book it outside and be like, Nyx, we don't want to hurt you. We just want to ask some questions. That's it. I'm gonna raise my hand, showing that I literally am not like an issue.
Everybody else, what are your intentions here?
I'll start the boat.
I'm gonna chase him. Try as non-threateningly as possible after seeing Ritz kind of throwing her hands up, but I've got feelings and I want to catch Nyx and demand answers.
Mephi?
I think Mephi is going to do the hopefully smart thing and start gathering up pictures of Nyx / and/or Luan, just to keep them all in one place.
Okay. All right. So let's roll some speed dice for the order that happens with all of this. So go ahead underneath your on your character sheets. You'll see, unless y'all already remember. Awesome. Yeah, it'd be 3 d6s if next to perception you have like a little 3 off to your 4 right. If you have a 4 or if you have a 2, then you'll do 2 d6s. If you go over to the left side of your awesome. Whoa, that was a lot of
We are on it.
What's happening there?
I'm so sorry. It was me. I didn't even roll enough 2 6s. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so are you a total of 4 d6s? Is that what that is?
No, I'm only 3.
Okay, so then we'll not do that first one, and we'll just do the 3 that you have all together then. Okay, great.
Those are D4s though.
Oh,
That's why
got
I
him.
have the wrong one. This should work.
Okay.
One.
Okay,
Yes.
no problem.
There's 2. Just kidding. Whatever. Just whatever. That's fine.
Okay,
Technology
so,
hates me.
all right. So how about we take the latest one out of that? That's absolutely fine. I know like Roll20 can be like perky. Tricky. Okay, so Nero, you have like 2 that you rolled for your speed dice. Ritz 3, and then Freckled, we have your 3, and Allie, we have your 3. Okay, great. All right, so actually, let's just go ahead and all right. Okay, so let me know out of your rolls. Keeping in mind, just a remind that with a speed dice, you get to decide what you want to have for each one, like where in the order that you want to go. And actually, Hobo, it makes sense that you'd have a couple of 6s and a 2 in there for houseboat theft. So I like that.
I mean, it's theft lightly theft. We haven't left yet. It's still in port.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, let's see. Nero, what dice would you like to start off with? Your 3 or your 2?
I will take my 2.
Your 2.
The
Okay.
sooner I can go, the better.
All right, Hobo, would you like to do your 2 or one of your 6s?
One of my 6s.
All right, got it. Mephi.
I'm gonna go with my 5.
Okay. And Ritz.
I'm gonna go with my 2.
Okay, so you have a 2, 4, and a 6. All right, so next. Yeah. All right. All right, so Nyx rolled an ace for one of his dice getting out. So he is booking it, like literally doing, and you can change your intentions also as this, like this is a chase. So this will change as things continue forward. So with this, Nyx is booking it on the motorcycle, have revved it up, helmet on. Actually, let's see, for who's chasing him, Nero and Ritz. I want for you to give me some quick perception rolls. I want to see how much you recognize about this motorcycle before he takes off with it. Let's say that this is perception detection, unless you want to pitch something else to me when it comes to acuity, with recognizing a tricked out motorcycle type of a deal. But this will be on the higher side of tricky, and by that I mean a higher stat. So this will be a 7 for this perception for detection. You should have a number of different equipment that we've given you. So, like for instance, Nero, if you wanted to use your toolkit that is predominantly investigation based, I can give that to you for like you whip that out to be like, oh, this motorcycle does not look normal, kind of a deal. And I'll go ahead and give you a bonus dice on top of that. It's a bonus dice of a D8.
I would love that. But just like the dorkiness, like as he's running to catch up with Nyx, and then like he pulls out this, I don't even know, like a tiny suitcase that is like an investigation kit, and then just starts putting bits together.
I love that. And then keeping in mind, Ritz, you do have an observation drone, so you can like put a drone in the air to also.
Yeah, I was thinking like I kind of like flick it and just like toss it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'll go ahead and give you. Well, while this is more of an on the ground type of one.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's like a little spider. Yep.
Yeah, it's like red that way, but since you have a 2, like Nyx is a 1 to like book it out of there. But since you're going on a 2 with it, if you wanted to try to have that, go ahead and grab a hold of him. If you give me your other 2 speed dice, I'll let that happen for you. But that means that you only get to move once for this entire round.
Okay, I'm not gonna do it because I have something else planned.
Okay.
So I'll just roll without any bonus.
Okay.
I'll take it. Oh, I'll take it.
We got good eyes. We see stuff.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So for both of you, as you are like you're booking it outside, Nyx went, you're right behind him. You're looking around the rest of the community, the rest of these houseboats that are trying to have their sanctuary away from Central, and you're seeing lights that are going on in each of these houseboats. Most people are out right now because this is still earlier evening type of a deal. So these people are they're already out, or they're prepping to go out, or they weren't going to go out at all. Like they were just like in chill mode. So you see a couple of lights going on. They're reacting to this motorcycle revving up. They're reacting to just the general commotion that is happening. As the both of you are like booking it out to Nyx's motorcycle, you both can tell like Nero's more glancing around, like clocking the motorcycle, but is really focusing on Nyx, like trying to like place this face, because Nero knows Luan, and then like Nyx, and that kind of throws him a little bit off their stride. But he does like notice the motorcycle. Ritz, you definitely know that this motorcycle will not register on City Sense. There is a type of reflective, it looks really cool when you're just looking at it, but it serves a dual purpose. It's this reflective light that is actually like electronic, like microscaping that's happening on top of the motorcycle, which means that it will not register on City Sense. This is high level to be able to do that. Either that, or you have friends in very high places, or you have friends in very low places, powerful friends no matter what, for this motorcycle to be like that. Not only that, but you're able to tell with just how Nyx is revving it up in his placement on it. He knows what he's doing. He is a good driver. He looks like he's going somewhere with a purpose. So it is best not to lose him, because you are not sure. You have a lead. This is your best lead, and he's booking it. So you're not sure where he's going, but you do know that you won't be able to use City Sense to track him. So that is definitely established. Okay, so Nyx is and out. Let's see here. Okay,
is he
great.
out,
so,
or is he still revving it?
Well, he went before you. So as you are talking and observing him, he's making out there. He has not gone far. It's not like he's like left this community or this dock, but he's further away than for you to say be able to melee attack him. So
Okay.
Yeah, that's where we are at this point. Mephi, you are in the bedroom and you're snatching double sleeving evidence, yeah?
Yes. And I
Okay.
don't know what I'm gonna use it for.
Hey, when do we ever know? So go ahead and give me a perception search. With this, you spend a little bit of time in the environment already, and it doesn't look like Nyx expected for people to come to his domicile. Give me a bonus dice of a D10 that you can add with that. We'll give you some fair odds with it to be able to find more than what you already see just out there.
And what's the target number?
Oh, for this, we'll keep it on the higher end of normal, so a 9 would be your target. And then also for our viewers, you want them to roll low. Low is the best possible thing for them to do. Okay, great. All right, so Mephi, you rolled a 4, and also your bonus was a 5, but the most important one there is a 4 with it. So with this, you're slipping. You actually take out the photographs from the couple of frames. There's not many. Like, this is his private sanctuary within his private sanctuary, where it's him and Luan. So you slip those photos out of their frames, and then you realize that, oh, okay, well, these are printed out. Where's the digital for all of this? You're able to then go into it's like a program that you can buy, where it just projects pictures. It either prints pictures up, or it projects pictures into different frames within your house, kind of like a smart home type of a deal. So, but everything is loaded into one device. So you find that device and you pocket it. So you, right now, as far as you know, you are the sole possessor of any of the double sleeving that is, well, that is, as far as you know, what is in Nix's apartment for double sleeving concrete evidence, you now have a hold of that. And since you are the only person in the bedroom, you are the only person that knows that you have that.
Okay.
Okay. So, Mama Sky, you're heading towards. You're gonna pilot this houseboat. You know they have to come home sometime, but unless you bring home to them. So you're taking this bad boy out of dock. And
Oh yeah. If anything, hopefully it'll distract and he'll like turn around and see, oh my God, my house is floating away. And maybe they'll stop driving and we'll see.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to do a piloting check for this. Well, let's see if there's let's see. Yeah, you're a acuity pilot. All right. You have. Well, let me see. You have 2 influence points, and I just want to remind everyone with influence points, you can call in a favor to someone. You can for a very limited amount of time, if you want to trade that in, you can assume narrative control over an action, for instance, or you can do something like procure equipment or modifications, or maybe get modifier for the entire party, like bonus dice, as long as it makes narrative sense. Influence points can be very, very powerful, and you do not get them back for our campaign. So you have 2 influence points. If, for instance, like right now, your pilot is a D12, you can roll it. You know, we can see what the dice have to say, you know, with this, with like the houseboat. Or if you want to trade me one of those influence points, I can make this be a success for you, and then you assume temporary narrative control with it.
I know you're trying to tempt me, but I'm like, I don't want to do it yet. I have to feel the influence point leave my body, and this feels like a weird moment to do that. But I appreciate you for trying. No, I'm definitely just gonna roll it and let the dice decide this one at least.
All right, let's see what the dice have to say. Go ahead and give me an acuity pilot check. For the houseboat itself, I'm going to go ahead and throw a better than nothing bonus dice for you in there, which is also a D12. But along with that, we're going to put a luck dice on there. So give me a...
What's also the target number as well?
Oh, yes. How much... I mean, Mama Sky and houseboats. Is this the first time?
Yeah, I want to say no, but I feel like at some point this crazy lady who would have at least been on one. I don't know. That would be up to you as a DM.
Well, I'm making this both of us. So if it's like if this is a no, which is fine. I don't think a lot of people have houseboat steering experience, but we could also say with like yachting in general.
Okay. I was like, definitely. I mean, if you consider who she's had a love in the past, he was a pirate who did do ships of some kind. I feel like maybe he would have done that whole, let me stand behind you and teach you how to steer the wheel kind of thing. I may not know 100% how, but I might have a fight or flight moment, like, oh my God, I remember. But that'd only be about like, I guess, ships more of it than a houseboat.
Okay, well, you know what? Then let's make this the lower end of normal for you with this houseboat. So we're gonna put this at an 8. Keeping in mind you have a bonus dice of a D12. This is like a better than nothing with it. It was a different circumstance that you had it before. And then with the luck dice, let's give you a D6. This is a situation that it's risky, but this could turn out really well for you. So
did I do it right?
See here. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So with this, the target was 8. You rolled a 5, which is a success. That's those. Yeah, you've got degrees of success with that. And then your luck was a 3, which I'm just going to use that as flavor, and we're not going to worry about your bonus dice that went over with this. Okay, so Mama Sky. It's like you have. It's a moment. It's a moment that you have. You remember that time with Avon Bone, and Avon was a pirate's pirate, if one will, kind of a deal. And when you rush over to where you're very certain then you know where to go ahead and like grab that wheel, and you're flipping switches. It's almost like muscle memory. It's almost like, it's almost like you've done this before, but how different are boats from each other, says someone who has never yachted. uh and as you are standing there and you're feeling this adrenaline like hit through your system, at that second, you have a moment, and you remember what it was like back when you were still starting up your own empire. You were still starting up Mama Sky with your original location, and then you fell in love. You fell in love with Avon Boone. Tell me about Avon Boone. What does he look like? What was that like?
Oh man, I had art for this and I deleted it off my computer like a dum-dum. Avon Bone is the daddy of all daddies. He's got like salt and pepper streaks going down the side. Probably at the time that I met him, he was probably in his early 30, probably like just turned 30. And over the years, he's gotten a little older. I don't know how long it's been. You can decide that. But I'm in my 40s, so it makes sense. He's super sweet. He's got this like specific smell, like cologne smell, that's just like ding, pheromones. And he's the only person that's ever been able to get her to stop thinking about her girls and kind of think about herself for a moment, but she still chose her girls because that's just who she is. But he has his fingers in. I don't want to continue that sentence. You know what I'm talking about.
As your hands take the wheel of this houseboat, it's like you turn your head and he's right there, like right next to you, as he then reaches forward to then point out, right here, love. This switch right here. Make sure, just run your hand over that.
You got it.
And as your hand reaches forward to then put the switch that you need, he then reaches back over, and always pay attention to this odometer right here. This is your water speed. As you then reach over there to then tap it to make sure that it's right. You check your gas levels. You even feel like you smell him in that sense. And then in that same instant, while you're remembering the good times with Avon, you then remember the last time that you saw him, or the last time that he was running and then was being chased by people that he had double crossed.
Oh no.
That you hear the shots ringing out.
Oh, PTSD.
That you see him falling in the distance. And as you see this, you see yourself as you are speeding away on a boat, just like he taught you, just like he told you to run, to go, to run fast, and to not worry about him, that he would find you, that he would always find you. But that was the last time you saw him.
Oh no.
As
I don't know what to say.
As you start up this houseboat, as you think back of where you were with your times with Avon and where you are now, what he believed in, what you believe in now, you're able to actually get this running very quickly. You had like 3 degrees of success here. So very quickly, you're able to run this houseboat. You're inspired and fueled by your memories. To then you are steering the houseboat around. You're not certain where Nyx is going. Do we have a communication or anything like with the party, or like is Mephi the person that's been connecting everybody?
Screaming.
That's a very good question.
Yeah. We have phones, right?
We do.
Yeah. Mephi, if you want to
Yeah,
use
like
one
a
of your
little-
influence points, I can
See what she's doing? Do you see what she's doing?
I can have easy communication for the entire party.
Listen for my screams, Mephi.
You know,
Here we
I
go!
don't think Mephi. could have thought ahead enough to even have communication between the party. Because it's just like, well, oh, that's just handled in the, oh, right, this is real.
Mhm.
Yeah, if anybody wants to give me an influence point, I'll do a retcon where we have full communication no matter where the party is.
Just bite this apple. It's not poisonous. You won't die. Follow to an eternal slumber. She's even stroking her chin like an evil villain.
All you need
There
is
was
the
just
white
something
fluffy cat.
there. Like, where's my cat?
I only have one influence point. So I don't know when to use it.
It's fine. We can just try for communication in different ways, which is fine. All right. So Mama Sky, you're keeping your eye on what you can see for the landline. That you're able to see, like this fast-moving motorcycle. You see Nero and Ritz like chasing after it. So, but you, as far as you know, you're just going to keep on piloting the houseboat around, like where you can in the water, not getting too close, but also exactly. So we have that, and that brings us to the end of that round. So, what dice would everybody used to like to use next?
I'm a 3.
All right, Nero, you're going
Yes.
to 3. Oh, right, Hobo
There's
6.
no reason for me to go first right now.
What was guy 6? Ritz.
4.
4, got it. Mephi.
I have 2 too, so I'm gonna use one of them.
All right, let's do the 2. And next, all right.
I hope he got a 6.
Well, he did.
The
but
rest.
he's not using that one right now. Like his main thing is to get ahead and to get away.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
So he's going to use his lower dice right now, which has him moving at the same time as Mephi. Mephi, what is your intention right now?
I guess go with everything, all the photos and everything secure. Go outside and see if there's a similar motorcycle I can steal.
Okay, so
Or borrow, because Mephi is probably the person that's like, oh, I'm sorry, here, have this check.
you are on a houseboat that has pulled out of port at this
right.
point.
Don't jump!
If you want to try to jump on another structure, like another houseboat, or like for instance a speedboat kind of a situation attached to a houseboat, can definitely give you that. You'll have to give me well, depending on what you want to do with that, I can do relevant rolls with it. Like if you want to,
Yeah, for like a speedboat or one of those little like water motorcycle things that I can't think of the name.
I like
right
that. Let's say
now.
water motorcycle. So we'll look for hey, this is in the future. There's total water motorcycles.
Yes.
Yep, that's the
Like,
name
and
for it.
they're like super spiffy too. So with that, I'm gonna need a search roll from you then, Mephi.
Okay.
Well, let's see what you got here. Yeah, your detection and your search are the same. So yeah, let's just see what you see. Let's just do this as a straight roll. This is easy. You're looking around. This would be an 11 for target. So just let's see what you see, whether this is happening or whether you're jumping on a houseboat. Okay, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Nice. Mephi rolled a 3. That is excellent successes there. Okay, Mephi, you're able to see like the next houseboat over that it is very apparent to you that this person has taste and sunk a lot of quid into making sure that they had their water toys. Like totally taken care of. You see, let's call it like the Ferrari or the Lamborghini of water motorcycles that you see that's attached to this boat right across from you. Not only that, you're able to see that this person has forgotten to lock their water motorcycle. Like you can actually see where it's flashing green around where you would press to start this. So apparently somewhere on this water motorcycle they still have the key enacted, or they do like a always remember me with this, because they don't expect for any of their neighbors to steal it. Albeknownst to them. Give me a quick roll. I want an athletics check from you, because this is where Mephi lives. Like this is her thrill kill kind of scenario. I just want to see how well you get on this water motorcycle, unless you want to pitch something else to me for getting over to that, jumping from your boat to something else.
No, I think that's it.
Okay, give me under strength. You'll see athletics. We'll have this be normal, on the higher end of normal, so a 9. No bonus dice, no luck dice with it, because depending on how this goes, I'm not gonna luck dice you.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
All right. Oh, you know what? I should have given a luck dice on that. No worries. I like this. So Mephi rolled a 5 underneath target 9. Mephi, tell me how this looks. Like you completely succeeded on this with getting over to this Lamborghini water motorcycle, and are able to rev it up to start this chase. How does this go?
I think what Mephi does is a stunt that she saw someone else do, like at a yacht party of some kind, and just goes, don't worry, Mama Sky, I'll meet up with you later. And like hops up onto the railing and then does a little like jump over to the boat, leaves like a little thing of credits to pay for the jet ski, and then hops down onto the jet ski, revs it up, and goes.
And we're gonna say like what you left behind actually has Mephi's insignia on it, so then they know how to like if they've got issues, Angelique will be able to Angelique, your personal assistant, will then put them in their place with just accept the credits, just accept the quid. So now you are in hot pursuit also with Nyx on the water, and you have a Lamborghini-esque water motorcycle on your side. So at that same time, Nyx is going to be hightailing it out of there. It's just like, this is everything that I never wanted to happen type of a thing for Nyx. But he's very used to being on his motorcycle. All right, let's see how this goes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. This is where, where you have like scenarios in your head that never actually come to pass, but you might actually go through the steps of being like, okay, if someone comes into the front door, this is what I'm going to do. I've got this here and this there. Nyx has been living this life ever since, what has happened with Luan. Nyx has been living this and is completely prepared. Nyx rolled a 4 on this pilot check with a bonus of 2, so this is a very big success. This motorcycle is lit. Nyx, it's just like you would expect for there to be a loud roar that comes from this motorcycle, just from like the size of it, and it's like sizable, but it also looks sleek in a sense. But it's actually, after that first, it goes into like, it's almost like it goes into stealth mode. So as he is tearing ass like up this dock to get back to the street. You're not certain where he's going just yet because he hasn't left the community, like left, right, or forward, so to speak. The chase is definitely on, and he is going to give you a run for your money. This is happening at the same time that Mephi is jumping on to their Lamborghini water motorcycle. Nero, what's your intention? What are you doing?
This ain't my first rodeo, and let me tell you, I've caught many a person on them fancy water motorcycles, so I would like to yeet my surveillance bug at him, aiming for either the motorcycle or him, whatever works. I can follow somebody that's been bugged.
Excellent. I love that. All right, cool. All right, so let's take a look at this equipment review, surveillance bug. All right, so we don't have any thingies for skill checks. I want to give you a, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give you, okay, keeping in mind that with this, if you're going to use a surveillance bug for more than a day, you'll have to start rolling depletion dice with this. Mm-hmm. I am going to have you do a bonus dice on this. You're saying that you're yeeting, so we're going to do an athletics. Okay. With this. Let's take a look at your athletics. Yeah, that's a really good stat for you. So yeah, give me strength, athletics. You're bugging this, and like you said, totally not your first rodeo. Let's go ahead and do the lower end of easy for this for you. So that is going to be a 10. You're also going to do a bonus dice of this is decent equipment, what it's intended for. So let's give you a D8 on that. Okay. But I also want you to give me a luck dice on this, and I want it to be a D4.
All right.
So, yeah, go ahead and give me that, and let's see what the dice have to say.
Stroke of luck.
Whoa.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Yes,
this ain't my first rodeo. Ace, and luck.
Get it.
Love this. Wow. Yes. A 1 on the skill check and a 1 on the luck dice. That is completely and totally a stroke of luck. Like, this is the literal best case scenario for this that could ever happen. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, cool. Nero.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, exactly what you need to do with your body. The weight of this surveillance bug. This surveillance bug probably even has a name at this point with you, because you have used these bugs in numerous ways and always either know how to retrieve them or how to find them else. You don't need city sense when it comes to this. It doesn't matter where this person goes, you will be able to hear what is going on and you will know where they are. You have made the range of this bug be remarkable. It has to do with like your background with everything and the people that you're in contact to. It's like Nero does this like tumbling roll to like add to his momentum. As he's whipping this surveillance bug out. It's just like it's like a 360 happen to also like use gravity along with the speed of tumbling to then fling the surveillance bug that then lands on the back of Nyx's motorcycle. It gives a very silent flash that you see, and then you will know everywhere that this motorcycle goes. It is extremely unlikely that Nyx will look for this bug, for the simple fact that he steadfastly believes that he got away. Is there anything else that you want to add on to this RP wise? Ritz Miller is also beside you, and you know that other people are in pursuit.
I think I would just turn to Ritz and be like, that's my bug, Bone Hilda. She does a good job.
Nice. I love that.
That's it.
Oh my gosh. Bone Hilda.
Is it Bug Hilda or
Bone Hilda?
Bone Hilda. Bone Hilda got that low down.
Probably preceded by Bug Hilda, who lived a long life, but these surveillance bugs don't live forever.
Yeah, you know what? In fact, While you are going through this like phenomenal, it's pretty phenomenal like bugging of this motorcycle, as you are spinning around and yeeting this bug onto the back of this motorcycle, you cannot help but it reminds you so much of the very first time that you and Luan actually met. You had to bug him when he was running away with some information or some kind of product that you needed to find for someone else. Can you tell me more about this situation?
Oh, it was definitely information. If there's one thing we know about Luan is he is top notch at stealing data and information. And this was definitely back in the day when I had Bug Hilda, that surveillance bug. And like Luan was so, what is the word? Like you didn't even see him before he was able to nab that data. Like a quick, like, how people are kind of concerned about getting their credit card information stolen with like tap stuff like that. It was like a system or something set up like that where he knew just what people to politely magnetically gather information from, and I happened to be one of his targets, and I was not gonna take that sitting down. So as I do, I think it was like a casual like brush of the shoulders as we walked by for a second time when I was able to bug him with Bug Hilda, and the rest is history.
Yeah, like you were surprised the first time that you ran across him without even knowing that you ran across him. There are literally people that are able to just it's like dial down their presence in different ways, like their energy is like a dimmer switch, and Luan is normally like full of life and like bright and laughter and just like all about life in general, but was dialed down so much that you were actually surprised when you got that first security beep on your account that funds had been withdrawn, like all these quid had been withdrawn, these other things that were opened in your name, where it's like you were able to, because of contacts that you had, like go back through citizens, be like, hey, who was close enough to me to be able to get this information? And then following this, it kind of seemed like a black hole. It was almost like he didn't really exist, but you were able to see through other surveillance that you were able to then track him. So then the second time that you ran into him, which was actually the same market that your place of business is within, he seemed to really, really like certain stalls, really like the food that was there. He was very much into tamarind and spice. And so that was like a really good place for him to be around. And when you bugged him that second time, that's when you followed him back to his apartment. That was just on the outskirts of Diamond Mile, definitely more rough and tumble with Diamond Mile. You knocked on his door and he answered it and he's like,
about them quid?
It wasn't anything, it wasn't personal.
This ain't personal either. How about you give me that money back and you tell me about how you did that? We call this even.
I am kind of proud of how I did that.
It's very cool.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'll get you back your money. I already spent it. I'm kind of seeing this like fighter. It's hot. And I kind of spent it already, but I can do jobs for you. You already know I'm good, so I can balance it out. I mean, do you want to come in? It's not a good. I mean, it's just my place. But
poke his head in the door. It's just like the garbages are overflowed, papers everywhere. No, I'm okay. How about you come back to my office? How about now?
Oh yeah. I mean, you got me. So I'm all good for it. And you see him like go back into his apartment, and he like puts on his jacket, and he's like, with that, he's it's like he knows that he was caught, but it's like caught by a fellow person, kind of a deal.
Mhm.
And it's like he's kind of preening a little bit because he's also feeling like this is kind of like a job interview. So he's doing that, and he picks up his gear toolkit. You see him like swiftly put that into his pocket, and he looks around at the overflowing dishes and the garbage can. Is like, all right, great, let's go.
Sounds good. So, tell me more about this fighter that you're seeing.
Well, she wants to keep it on the down low, but you know how that is.
Mhm.
It really means that this is probably real love.
Yeah, son, that's definitely what that means.
Aw.
And then we'll make our way out to the market.
Yeah, and as you like continue through the market, Luan, then it's like he doesn't have the same filters that other people tend to have, where he's like talking about that he's found love in different places. And he's always been very open with communication with that for each person that he's involved with. And he really, really loves taking stuff. Like he uses that to like fund his lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Every now and again, you hear him kind of refer to someone that's like, yeah, he's not about it, but then I wouldn't be here. But I think he's proud of me. Like every now and again, you hear something like that. No names that are mentioned, but along with that, you find out that Luan is very much a person that is about grabbing life as it is very much about exposing everything. It doesn't matter who it is for. He's not a movement person. You definitely see that he likes accumulating things for their sake. He likes meeting new people for their sake, to broaden his horizons. Literally the only very, very strong stance that you can find with Luan is that he never wants to be stuck in one type of job for years.
Huh. Okay.
Like, ever. So as you fling this bug and it latches onto the back of Nyx's motorcycle as he peels away, you think about that in that first time meeting with Luan. Ritz, what is your intention?
Markeia, I'm gonna give you exactly what you want. All right? Okay?
Oh, you know what I want?
Oh, I'm gonna
don't
give
even
you
know
that influence
what
point. I'm gonna give you my influence point.
Oh,
What
that
I
is
wanna
what I
do.
want. That is definitely what I want.
What I want to do, because I was with the force and everything, I would know where we are, right? I know the kind of the suburb, if you will, like the suburb that we're in.
Yeah.
I want to know if I can contact Aiden and get him to lock it down. So all the roads are locked down. There is no way out. So
Okay.
he won't be too far away.
Okay, you're going to use your law enforcement contacts because you are an ex-cop. You're using Aiden, who is a former love, and he's very much still into you. Keeping in mind that this motorcycle is okay, got it.
That's how it always is.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, that changes things. Okay, that definitely changes things. Awesome. Thank you for your influence point, by the way.
You're welcome.
This is very, very nice. Give me real quick. I just want you to give me a pilot check. I just want to be able to flavor this. Under your acuity and pilot, just give me a straight roll for that. We're just going to put 10 as the target result. I just want to know how to flavor this.
Oh yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm. Very, very nice. Okay. Yes. All right. So you You see off to the side Nero like just going into these acrobatics that it's like happening to be able to yeet that. You immediately get on your communicator to like speed connect with Aiden. Aiden picks up immediately on the first ring, as he always does. um with that, you are able to tell him, be like, hey, I need for Birmingham's canals to be locked down. I don't need for anyone to get outside of the canals. I don't want anyone going into Central. Don't question me on this. This is something that I need for you to do right
No
now.
questions asked.
No questions asked. Right now, this second. Is there any part of the city that you want to leave open? Like, for instance, if you lock down the canals and also leave open Birmingham New Street corridor, which is a corridor that only leads to the hub, where only insiders go, then you will have everything else locked down. But if someone for instance didn't realize and saw other things locked down, then they would only have one way to go. So I'm just giving you that option.
Yeah, okay. Yes, let's do that just so we can kind of, I think it would be like a nice kind of cornering of them.
Yeah.
So it kind of gives them a one-way. Yes, I think, yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So
Yeah.
all right. So we're gonna lock down like within, yeah, we're gonna lock down within here. So it's just gonna be the canals and the New Street corridor. So there are literally only those two locations that this person that you were chasing can go in. Aiden is very worried. Is there anything that you want to tell me? Is this about your parents? I need for you to open up to me here. I'm putting myself on the line for you.
I know, and I'm very thankful. I might have a lead. It's a strong lead. But regardless, there is some double sleeving happening here, which will help you out.
Did you just say double sleeving?
I did.
Is this like that time when you were undercover with Eunice Investments Limited? And with that, you remember when you were a cop and you were undercover with one of the three major groups in Diamond Mile. There are three gangs that self-police Diamond Mile. That is the NG2, which is the NG Riders. They're all about big, bad riding. Family's very important. There's also the Hagley Street Crew. The lot of gold, intimidation, military grade synthetics is very much what they're into. Big and muscular, like to rip sleeves in half type of people, the Hagley Street Crew. And then there's Eunice, YOUNAS Investments Limited. And with that, it's more white collar when it comes to gangs, owning property, enforcement operations, basically, which is like collecting rent, collecting protection, surcharges onto living, surcharges for security staff and equipment, and then of course penalties that go for non-payment with everything. You were undercover with the Eunice family. You got in pretty deep, actually. You got in with Fasal Eunice, who was the head at the time of Eunice Investments Limited. You did not realize that there was a way to love a criminal. you did not expect to, you were seeing Aiden at the time, and then you went undercover with Fasal, where you had to get close, and you didn't expect for someone to be able to get you so well. And you in particularly remember the last day that you were with Fasal before you had SWAT come in and take everybody down. Tell me a little bit about the last time that, where you were and where you were seeing him.
So we were in Fasal's apartment. It was after hours, if you will. It was very intimate. It was a kind of, we'd fallen into this kind of pattern, which was nothing like Aiden and I had before. He was very much I'll call you at night. That'll be it. Whereas Fasal would wine and dine me, which I've never had before. So we were like we would do the standard, like, regular human things that, like, you wouldn't think like someone like that would be able to do, like curl up on the couch, watch some terrible TV, and it was one of the toughest calls. Was the gain bigger than the fall? Was like, it was constantly playing on my mind, like, what do I do? This affects me, this affects my family, this affects the force. I so deep, and just connected with this person on so many levels through my own parents' influence within the criminal organizations too. Like, I understand this person and they understand me as my growing up. But also within saying that, it's my job. And that was where the hardest decision was called, where I was tested, and I didn't give away the location. I was tracked, if you will. Aiden had figured it out, and Aiden was the one that called in the SWAT.
And when SWAT came in, Fasal tried to shield you, tried to get you out the back door so that your face wouldn't be seen. He hugged you tight and then pushed you towards and out the back, to then go forward with hands raised, knowing that they were the one that he was going for. Aiden was one of the first ones in and saw what Fasal was doing. As Fasal was detained, Aiden looked over at you and looked over at him and very loudly said, "Good job, Detective Miller. We could not have done this without everything that you did." And then stared Fasal in the face, who then looked at you, and you saw his face crumple in on itself and look down with his business shirt. And he looked around his apartment where, yes, he had put pictures of the two of you around. Fasal then looks back up at you. You see Aiden behind him. Aiden is infuriated and staring straight at you. Fasal is looking at you with very sad eyes. And you see him mouth to you, "I forgive you," as he's taken away. And that was also the end of you and Aiden that moment, that day. And he never understood why.
Yeah.
hearing Aiden's words, or it's like, is this like Eunice Investments Limited?
Yep. He's sure. It's exactly like that.
Right. Well, good to know that even when you're not a cop, you take things extremely seriously. I'll go ahead and lock everything down except for New Street Corridor and the canals. They won't get past us. And I want to talk to you after this. We don't talk anymore.
There's a reason for that, and I'm gonna hang up, disconnect the line.
So, okay, that we are locked down. Do you want to convey that over to Nero? Like, would Nero have overheard you?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So you and yourself and Nero know that we are canals and New Street Corridor only. The rest of the city is off limits.
How does this affect the water? Like when Mama Sky is going to be cruising around and Mephi and like their motorcycle boat, are the canal, like is the waterway being locked down as well?
Yeah, well, with the canals, and and that's excellent. Let me just give us like a real big rebriefing on like the waterways with Birmingham's canals. Originally powered by the Industrial Revolution, they were declared historical conservation areas by the UN Protectorate. So with this, there are miles of waterway. More miles than like Venice has. They've survived centuries of growth with it. So with these canals, you can go, it can be street level with it, and it can also be just water only. Since Nyx is on a motorcycle, it looks like it's going to be a mixture of the two.
Okay.
With this chase, but keeping in mind now, since the rest of the city has been locked down except for this one corridor, that you would be able to know where he would be going if he took it. You would worry more about anything that a motorcycle could traverse and waterway. So you don't have to worry about it only being water or him disappearing into another part of the city. It's like this is a boss move where you're going to, the canal network is usually not of a lot of interest to people. It's mostly unscrutinized. And since his motorcycle isn't picked up by CitySense, you might not need to worry so much that you will be picked up by CitySense, just for the simple fact that if he sticks with the canals, then cool. You know, and if he goes to the street corridor and CitySense can pick you up, then you also know where he would be going, and you have that bug on his motorcycle as well.
So one way or another, we are going to figure out where this man is going.
Exactly. Y'all have
Excellent.
like definitely doubled up on all of this.
Bravo, everyone.
Okay, so let's have this chase continue. All right, I want, for, because we have Mephi on, is there anything besides locking up the city? Do Ritz and Nero, would your intention be to get on to something fast or something in particular? I just want to know this off the top.
Yes.
Something together, or how are you thinking?
Yeah, I think it'd be something together.
Be
it a motorbike or a car. Yeah.
Right? There needs to be a brief argument of who's driving as well.
Yes.
Power
definitely.
struggles, you know?
Okay. Great. Okay, so for Nyx, which will be happening at the same time that Ritz is locking down the rest of the city. You see that Nyx looks over his shoulder while, just like in general, while he's speeding over to where he is going. You see that he then swerves off to continue with the canals and not heading into anything city right now. So
does he see his houseboat just like just like veering? He's like, oh no,
drifting away.
You know what? At this point, yeah, we'll have it be where he looks over and there's kind of like a double take that his houseboat is still, and that even lends itself to him swerving the way that he did to see like his freaking house is now pulling out a
inbound,
going after him, and that's just like, that's a check. So yeah, no, he has not gone towards city. He is stuck with canals to go hobo. Let me know, what is it that you want to do? You're houseboating it out, revving it up. You see him. He's the only person moving right now that you can definitely see.
If I can see him, I think I'll just keep doing whatever course seems logical on a houseboat, as well as not doing it steadily. Like, I want him to see that I'm not being gentle with this girl. Like, I'm just like a sharp left here and then a sharp right there to get his stuff to move so he can be like, oh no, my themes. Kind of a thing.
Indeed. Okay, I like that. If you continue with that, that's definitely going to be like a check that he'll have to make because that's an intimidation. That's like a psych out. So it's like I very much, he's obviously put a lot of time in this houseboat, and now it's under somebody else's control. Yeah.
Oh no, a little scrape here and a little scrape there. Like, oops.
Yeah, let's say that we see him heading for a nearby tunnel that's big enough to take in the houseboat. So then you also pilot in to go for this nearby tunnel, and perhaps you decide to scrape part of the side just for sound effects while you're going through.
Don't
okay.
take that from me. Oh no.
All right, so we have Nyx just looking over his shoulder as his motorcycle is heading towards this tunnel. You are also heading towards this tunnel. Obviously, he has a lead on you, but once you reach this, you're going to do kind of a Galaxy Quest-esque to draw attention to the fact that it's I got your ish, and maybe you need to slow down type of a deal. The intentions are for like Ritz and Nero to jump onto a motorbike or other kind of transportation going up behind him. Mephi is on their water motorcycle, and at this, the chase is on. So we're going to take a 5-minute break before we continue into this. Welcome back to Altered Carbon Birmingham Uprising. We are in the middle of a chase. We're chasing Nyx Cartwright, who is, there's a lot of people that want him dead. Maybe those same people don't necessarily know about Luwan, who this group seems to be more focused about preserving, but there is data that is missing. All things point to Nyx, but more things point to Luwan with it. We are in pursuit of Nyx. We have a houseboat, Lamborghini-esque water motorcycle. And would y'all like to be on a motorbike, or would you like to be in
motorbike?
We'd be on a motorbike.
Yes.
and we have Nero Wolf and Ritz Miller on a motorbike in pursuit of Nyx, who is he's on his own motorbike that is also going to be indetectable by City Sense. However, that doesn't seem like that's going to come into play for the simple fact that not only has his motorcycle been bugged by Nero Wolf, but also Ritz Miller has called in a favor to her law enforcement network to be able to shut down the city. So that is only the canals and the New Street corridor. So these are the only places that Nyx will be able to access. And with that, let me know what are the next dice that everybody is doing for their initiation? And let me also know if you don't have one.
I do not have another turn in the order. So what I want my very brief narrative scene to be, because Ritz and I, we're gonna go for a bike. And Nero's gonna kind of scoff and be like, "Why, you think you can ride that? Or you can drive that?" And
Are you saying I can't drive that? Are you assuming I can't do this?
I was fine, and I'll throw you the keys and I'll get on the back, and like that'll help me kind of like keep track with my Bonehilda bug.
Right? You'll definitely
Yeah,
know.
awesome.
You'll definitely
Yeah,
know
cool.
the path to take if something goes amiss and you're able and he escapes your eye line. You definitely have that then. Okay, so Ritz is driving. That makes complete sense. So Ritz, the final one that you have
6.
here is 6. Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right, Nero's along for the ride. Ritz is going on a 6. Mephi, what are you rolling with?
I have a 2.
Excellent. All right, so we'll have your 2 come into play, and Mama Sky.
1.
Is this from the original rolls that we had before?
It is the 661 is what I had. So I used the 2 6s and I have a 1 left.
Okay. All right, and for Nyx, oh, looks like he only has his 6 left. So we'll see how that ends up working out for him. Everything's a balance. All right. So then, Mama Sky, we have you going first.
Oh no. It was mainly a distraction piece. How close am I to our culprit distance?
Okay, well, let's go ahead and start this off with a pilot check again. So yeah, with that's acuity and pilot.
Mm-hmm. Target number?
So with this, he uses a D10. We already kind of, I think we did this is a decent equipment used for its intended purpose. So yeah, at this point, go ahead and do normal, 8 for your target result. Go ahead and put a bonus dice of D8 on there. And let's see what the dice have to say. I need to start working with 2 screens, y'all. I'm doing everything on one
It
screen.
appears that you rolled a D80 instead
I
of
don't
a
know
D8.
what happened. I don't understand.
Okay. Yeah. No, for bonus dice, keep in mind that you're always going to put a 1 in that first screen that comes up, and then on the drop screen you'll put that you want to do a D8. So you won't put an 8 in the first one and then a D8, for instance, because I see your bonus was like 30. All right, cool. So it's still degrees of failure no matter how you spin it. One was a 12, one was an 11, one was more of a critical like degrees of failure, but it's like I'll flavor it accordingly. So yeah, so for this pilot check, and you know what, we'll make this fun. For this pilot check, your intention is to do just like a little hey, you know, this is just, you know, look at your stuff. Instead you end up basically broadsiding the side of the tunnel with this man's houseboat with all of his life in it. So you end up, yeah, because you rolled an 11 with a 28.
No.
So
Sorry, not sorry.
it's like 30 degrees of failure. It's with this, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna have to roll damage for the boat at this point with it, which is a-okay and super.
If anything, this is just an indication that when I play D&D, I always play chaotic evil characters, so makes sense.
Wow.
On brand.
Okay, more damage happened to that boat than I thought would happen.
Oh
Actually.
no.
Okay.
I slipped. I slipped.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Are you gonna sink it?
Help. Oh no.
I will say this, Mama Sky, you're concentrated on Nyx. So when you're attempting to do like your little, hey, pay attention over here, you overcorrect and slam into the side of this tunnel. You're still able to make it into the tunnel, but you have caused it's not minor damage. It's not major damage, but if another one of these hits happen, then we're going to have to start looking at if this boat is taking on water type of a deal. But you're not there yet. There is a gigantic slam that happens with you hitting Nyx's houseboat to the side of this tunnel. The repercussions of that is there are more lights that come on behind you. This is something that doesn't happen. It's very, very rare that houseboats leave port, for one, and then for another, this one is revving up, making noise, and just slammed into the side of a tunnel. There will be calls for people being like, hey, I think someone's drunk and things are happening. We need people to come out, because it's a community that would do something like that in particular. So that is a definite. I will say that along with what you already had established with like a semi like little intimidation to be like, hey, we got your stuff, that you were doing with Nyx, doing that very much justifies him coming later in the order because now he's worried about his life, basically. And
may I add some flavor?
Yeah, what's up?
Is there like a speaker system or like a radio in the area that I'm driving?
I believe that every one of these houseboats would have not only like a thing like with a trucker where you could be like, but also there would be a switch that you can do to go ahead and be on intercom. So if you want to say something loudly that not only that person but everybody would hear, yes. What are you feeling?
I feel like you would hear like the screeching of turning on like a megaphone away on this intercom. You just hear, "Don't think I won't do it again," and then just a stop. That's it.
I love that. I will definitely take that in consideration with the
really rev that engine for a second.
Excellent. Mephi, you are on your Lamborghini jet ski and our water motorcycle. I love, yes. Your oceanic craft, your fast oceanic craft.
Yeah. I guess I'd be doing my best to follow, but I might be a little distracted. Considering.
Yeah, with the speed of your watercraft as opposed to the houseboat, you would be ahead of the houseboat, just because like we've established that from your previous role, this is a craft built for speed. This is not built for distance, so don't think that. But this definitely gets you to where you want to go quickly and sleekly. So the houseboat definitely did that. You are able to surpass the houseboat and get ahead. So what would an intention be where like you see the houseboat do that, but you can easily pull ahead?
Do my best to catch up to Nyx, or to cut them off, where I know like they might have to make a stop or something. Or like one of those weird roads where you have to kind of make a U-turn to go up a ramp kind of thing.
Allie, not to give you any additional inspiration, but I recently watched a Bollywood film where they were on ski-doos and there was just like some random ramp where they went off and then they grabbed the person literally off a motorcycle and like yanked them onto the ski-doo, and it was the most beautiful, outrageous thing ever. So,
Mm-hmm. I do like driving my characters like stolen cars. And this is a stolen car. So let's do it. Yeah. I'm gonna look for probably what would be like a maintenance kind of ramp on the canals normally. I'm gonna try and launch myself off of that and land in front of Nyx.
Okay. Uh, okay, because we're saying like this jet ski is maybe it's a motorcycle slash water motorcycle. Is that what we're saying with this for then for you to?
Uh,
Momentum is what'll carry
yeah,
you.
yeah. We can do it like those duck tour boats, but much nicer and sleeker.
Okay. No, no,
Yeah.
no. I like the idea of having it be land and also water, and that you're literally taking a ramp to get in front of Nyx to then have that happen. I very much love that. Let's see what the dice have to say with it. So with
Yeah.
yeah, with this, let's see if we have anything in here equipment wise that could also be utilized. Okay. Yeah, let's have this be two rolls, because one is like goes into athletics with like actually hitting the ramp and everything. The other is actually finding the ramp that would be all about that. I see here that you have the drug tetrameth, which you can
Yeah.
use as an eye spray, keeping in mind that this is an addictive drug, but it gives you a heightened awareness to give you a +2 on your perception and skill checks. It also gives you tunnel vision, though. So for anything further, like acuity, like intelligence, you're going to get a -1 under that. You will literally be under the influence. So perception is yay. Um, Other things are just like not so yay. So if you wanted to utilize that, you can for this, but otherwise, I want to do a perception detection. So let me know how you are feeling about that.
Um, I think I'm not going to now,
Okay. All right.
because
Let's just do.
I feel like we're heading towards a situation where I might have to talk my way out. Uh,
All right. So give me a perception
yeah.
detection roll. Uh, you're not worrying too much about things. We're gonna do this on the higher end of normal, so this is gonna be a 9 for you. Everything else, there's no bonus dice. This is just a straight one.
Hey.
Excellent. Okay. Fantastic. Along with this, really, really, really quick, go ahead and give me an athletics. Let's see, like strength athletics, D12. We're gonna do this at the same target result, just like straight. Okay. No problem. No problem. All right. So for detection, there was an ace that happened with this. For athletics, it was a 12. What is going to end up happening with this? Okay, great. Mephi, yes, you feel the wind. You feel the wind, you feel like the spray going against your face. This is better than the simulations. Your thrill kill simulations, you have some where you are literally on the water and you are chasing people down, like you are some kind of assassin, like you are getting things done. But this is real life. Like you haven't even had this at the garden, because the garden doesn't do water chases like this. You are more in your element than you've ever been. You are able to get like this tunnel vision without any kind of artificial stimulant necessary for it. It is your own adrenaline and your own sleeve and acuity that is able to see everything around you. You're able to see where it looks like Nyx is heading, and you looking with that, you see right now that Nyx looks like He is heading towards a tunnel that is conveniently pitch black with no lights, which would do increase difficulty when it comes to navigating. You see that he is definitely headed for that. And in fact, you go to swerve with that. I am going to give you a bonus dice on any other kind of detection rolls that you need to make. Perception rolls. We'll widen that to perception rolls for this chase because you have this laser focus. You do not see a ramp right now to be able to traverse this. So that's why I'm not going to have that athletics check go into this. But you most definitely see that with this. You most definitely see with this, like with the tunnel, he's going into pitch darkness. But as the spray like hits your face, as you are just going to town and living your best life, living your best and full life in the sleep that you are currently in, it takes you back. It takes you back to another time. You are in a water race. You're on jet skis. It's you. It's a bunch of other insiders. It's summer sports. Not everybody knows about it. It's literally just the families that do this. And you are one of the families that does this. And it's you and also Charles Windsor going for the win. And as you're heading towards it, you see, and you're just able to just like, you know the water pretty well, or just like you have like this elemental response to it. You see the wave that you need to avoid and that he hits like full on, slowing him down enough for you to be able to get across before him. Do you take that or do you let him win? What does Mephi do?
I think Mephi sees it, starts to take it, and then it's like that GIF where all of the math equations are happening, and just does a little oops, falls off the jet ski, lands into the water, and does it safely enough that like they don't end up injured or anything, and comes back up just as he's going over the finish line. And he's just like, one day we'll be too, you know.
That happens. And the water's warm. You know, this isn't happening near England. This is in a different locale in the planet, because that's what the families do. They travel abroad and have their delights. And as you are bobbing next to your jet ski, Charles Windsor, a younger Charles Windsor than you know him now, this is in the past, pulls up beside you, extends his hand to help you either get on top of your jet ski or his own. Do you take his hand?
Yeah, and I just casually hop onto his jet ski.
He pulls you onto the back of his jet ski, and then starts leisurely going back into the dock where everybody else is located. I know you fell off. I know you did it. You had me by head. Why'd you do it?
It's more fun this way.
Is it though? Did you do it because I'm a Windsor?
No, technically I did it because I am a Levis.
I don't understand. Can you tell me?
Now I have to think of a nickname in French, but there's some kind of like French pet name that Mephi uses. It's just like, you'll understand soon enough.
Petit peu.
Betty Blue, you'll understand soon enough.
Sorry, my computer shut down for a second, so I didn't hear. I heard,
Oh.
yeah, I was like, oh no. I heard Pitty Poo.
Petit pou. It's a petit pou.
Petit Pew.
Means little flea.
Did you call him that?
Yeah, very jokingly. Or it means little, like, bit. Small one.
Oh. You know, I could have beaten you if you had if you just gone full out. I'm pretty sure that I could have.
We could always find out next time. Tomorrow, later today, who knows?
I appreciate your grace. You know, most people when they talk to me, it's all about my mom or my brother. It's like my younger brother. What? I appreciate the way that you work a jet ski. I think I want to know you better, Mephi Levesque.
I mean, who wouldn't want to know me better?
Well, I don't mean that way. I'm not saying that. It's not that. No. It's just I don't have graceful friends, if that makes any sense.
And I think Mephi looks over to the dock where everyone is cheering and very obviously, like, cheering specifically for Charles in the way that, like you cheer for a specific basketball player, but it's not actually about the player or even for the player. It's for the idea of, like, that city's team winning.
To see them, they don't even see me. They don't. I need a friend who actually sees me, and I mean just a friend. Someone that can tell me the real out and out of it. That has the grace, but it's also, I don't know what I mean. That's also that not any of them. And you see Charles like point over at the dock as he's slowed down a little bit as you're getting closer to it.
And I think this is like one of the first times we've really seen Mephi be serious and just like, I'll do what I can. I'll be a friend to you. But I have appearances that must be kept up. So, you know how it will go. You've done this song and dance before, yes?
Seems like it's my whole life, doing the song and dance. I just want more people around me that can be real. Real about being on my side for once. Real about being about Charlie and not about Windsor or about just standing against my name just for the shits and giggles of it. I don't know why I'm open up to you, but I don't know, I saw you fall and I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Well, I mean, and Mephi probably pulls like a pin out of their hair that's like much longer, done up in like very nice braids. And it's just like, well, I did only get these done yesterday. And well, they're a little bit ruined now. I might need to go even get another skin sleeve just to have hair that looks good enough for later today.
You'd actually
Pretty
receive
funny.
just for your hair. Oh, that's a boss move. Didn't even think about that.
It's so good, then you can have her whatever color, style, anything that you want. It's wonderful.
Yeah, my mom keeps telling me about things like that, you know, we're going to live forever. All of us are. So it's all about the experiences and something that I feel it's about what we can do to bring things back to when they were good. You know, with everything with like the protectorate and all, it was better when we were Britain, when we were under the royals. It's like it made sense then, and it worked. And then the Protectorate came along and just messed everything up.
You know, Charles, there was a point in France's history much like that. Didn't end terribly well for the royals. I like to keep things like that in mind, but sometimes change for the sake of change is not always the best either. I'm trying to take things simply day by day. We'll see how things shake out. Who ends up on top?
I get what you're saying, Matthew Levesque, and I hope that in the future we'll have more conversations if you're open to it, my friend.
Always. You know how to get in contact with me.
Right. Yeah, feel free to contact me, but don't abuse it. I'm not your lapdog or your little Pepe Pew.
It's Pepe Le Pied. And I called you Mon Petit Peu. My little one.
Oh, you French. Oh.
It
I
could be
appreciate
worse.
it.
I could call you much worse things that sound much prettier and are far more horrifying.
You know, I've got a feeling that might be a pretty good friendship in the future. But who knows? You might be a total, poser. We'll see.
For all you know, I could be a tosser.
Right? Might be pulling my yank. Is that what it is? That's what they say. Not like that. You got all quiet on me. It's not what it means.
Charles. Now,
I'm not interested in that way.
I know you're not interested, but they're going to think that you're interested. So, chin up, smiles on. Let's go.
And at that, Charles's jet ski pulls in. Yes, everybody on the dock is like, Windsor, 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 kind of thing. And as he climbs up on the dock and then pulls you up, he goes, Levesque, Levesque, Levesque. And then there's a Windsor, Levesque that happens. The beginning of a good friendship, possibly. Bringing you back into this moment when you are speeding through this tunnel, looking that and seeing that Nyx is going to go through this pitch darkness that's happening, and that will be where our next round will be occurring if Nyx is not stopped in some way from going into that darkness. And we have Ritz. Ritz Miller, you are on the motorcycle with Nero. You are speeding after Nyx. What is your intention right now? What would you like to do?
All right. Okay. I was thinking about this and I was like, this is a dangerous move, but we're going to try to go for it because why not? I have a stun baton. An energy baton. So I'm assuming there's some sort of stun that can occur if it's like touched with skin. Is that?
Yeah, you would have to get closer for that because that is a melee item.
Okay, so I can't like throw it.
Even throwing it, I mean,
okay.
We could try. I will let you know that target would be very challenging.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So, I mean, you can use this for trying to contact his Oni. I mean, you have him in sight. You can utilize this to have it be completely movement and maybe even athletics kind of a thing to get closer to him. You could utilize this in a number of different ways if you want to.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if my portable deck does anything, but I'd assume that I'd have like some sort of little like device in my, like an earpiece or something, so I'm able to contact out.
Well, You have an Oni, so your Oni.
Oh,
can
okay, yeah,
do-
cool.
Yeah, you have an Oni that can do like normal communications. For you being an ex-cop kind of a thing. Let's say that
Yeah.
you can easily do like a quick scan of like numbers around you, like you might like have that built in, kind of a
Yeah.
thing. That if you wanted to contact him to like start talking with him, we could have
Yeah.
that as a type.
Yeah,
of
that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna contact Nix's kind of his Oni while he's driving.
Okay.
Is what
All
I
right.
want to do.
All right, so let's go ahead and like he knows he's being chased. Like this is a thing. You've got a D10 in digital networking. Okay, so you can pitch this to me in a different way, but like right now I'm thinking acuity digital networking for you, like literally just connecting to his Oni. This is like when you get unknown number to your phone and whether or not someone will pick it up. So we can do this as a digital networking, or you can pitch this to me.
I think it'd be probably I think it'd be highly digital networking. I can't really see.
Okay, we will say that Nix is aware of some things, like he perhaps is not able to get in contact with Luan, so an unknown number might hit this for him. So we're going to put this at the lower end of normal. Your target result is going to be an 8. This go ahead and do your acuity digital networking.
Yep.
Okay. Nix picks up. You rolled a 6 underneath a target of 8. You have Nix on the line right now.
Nix.
Luan?
No, Nix.
Who is this?
We're currently chasing you. We literally just want to talk to you. There's so much for absolutely no reason.
I don't have anything to say to you.
Wait.
I don't care who you're with. I know that you're trying.
We're not here with anyone. We're trying to find Luan. We're trying to protect Luan. We talked to Crossroads.
How do you know about Luan? How do you know about Crossroads?
Because we battled with Crossroads in the arena just so we could have a chat to her.
Why are you trying to find me? Be honest.
Because we're worried about Luan.
Why?
Look, I'm gonna can I flick to add Nero into the conversation too? Because you're close with Luan.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna add Nero in on it.
Do it. It's like a group call, but on Oni.
Yeah.
Nix, this is Nero Wolf. Have you seen Luan? We are very concerned because he possesses some data that we absolutely must reach. If he falls into the wrong hands, terrible things are going to happen to him.
How do you know about this?
Luan and I, we go way back, it's something I know. And believe you us, we are on the good side of this.
Nero, he hasn't talked about you. Why hasn't he talked about you?
I mean, I like to kind of be in the darkness of things. I am a private eye, and if people found out about me, that would be bad for business.
Okay, Nero and Ritz,
Uh-huh.
I want for both of you to give me rolls on this. Let's do...
You want, diplomacy?
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at diplomacy
Yeah.
for it. I wish that we had a persuasion thing that
Right.
would go, and the closest, literally the closest thing that I feel with this would be empathy diplomacy.
Mm-hmm.
So unless you want to pitch something else, I want both of you to give me empathy diplomacies. He's very suspicious. He is on the run right now. So I'm going to put this on the higher end of tricky, which is a target result of 7.
Mm-hmm.
And unless either of you have equipment or some other bonus that we have previously said, this is going to be a straight roll.
All right.
Is anything with us being, detectives and able to, being on the force and being able to talk people down? Is there any...
Nix doesn't know you, so he doesn't know about your your contacts.
Yeah.
If you're pitching it in the sense that you've done negotiation before.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll give you a bonus dice of a D12, which is a better than nothing on top of it. But along with that, I'm going to add on a D4 luck dice, which is, you know.
All right, I'll just make the straight roll.
Okay.
Oh dear. Well,
Okay.
I super failed.
Since this is rolling into each other, like this is a group only call. Okay, so Ritz Miller rolled a 4 and Nero rolled a 10, but also the luck dice was a catastrophe with this, and the bonus dice also was an 11, which doesn't, obviously the skill dice is what counts with it, but I flavor.
Yes,
so with this, he's not blowing you off. He does not trust you. I will say that he's not. He hasn't stopped the connection, but I didn't ask for any of this. None of it. I didn't ask for you. Stop chasing me. And as you watch, he then goes into a very dark part of the tunnel.
Ritz,
We'll
keep on
continue.
driving. I still got him pinned. I do not know what to say though. I do not do negotiations. I mostly just kind of shake people down for information. Ritz, I'm gonna look to you here.
He's too close to the edge. There's nothing that we're going to be able to do or say. The only way that we're going to really be able to stop him is by intercepting him, if anything. Like, he is not stopping anytime soon. I would sense that he's afraid, because like what they've been doing and what we figured out is, you know, highly illegal, and one of them has to be removed for it to. So I would assume that he's shaken.
So you're saying that violence is the answer? I can work with that. All right.
Some sort of discombobulation is what I would say, but not necessarily hurt to harm, more of a hurt to stun, if you will.
Oh, absolutely. That is kind of something I'm a little special at, you know. It's the best way to extract information every now and then. And Nero's gonna pull out, I think he has some kind of baton. It's not as cool as yours, but it's definitely cool. A telescoping baton, which is like the ones you can like whoosh, and they get bigger when you like shake them
Oh,
out.
that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So when or if you get into melee contact, then yeah, you definitely have that to be able to utilize, and however you see fit. However,
I got ideas.
I need for everyone to give me a pilot check. It is under acuity. And with this, I guess Ritz, then give me pilot and acuity. Nero, since you're on the back of the motorbike, give me perception detection then on your end, and I'll take that as your pilot check. And then after you do that, I need for each of you to re-roll your speed dice for how things are going. Keeping in mind, look on the left side of your roll 20, look at the D20, and then the number of dice that's on your perception. Like if it's 2 or 3 or 4, that's how many D6s that you will roll.
What's our target number?
Okay, so for this pilot check, it's he's gone into dark. It's dark. So this is going to be the higher end of tricky, which is a 7.
Hey.
We'll take it.
Oh no.
The waters are getting choppy.
You said it was an 8, right?
Yes. I'm sorry, I said 7. Higher end of
Target
tricky,
7.
7. Yeah. For anyone that has bonuses, add that onto it. I believe Mephi has a bonus when it comes to with detection. Remember, you got Mephi got an 8 before with looking at everything, so then you get a bonus dice onto your roll. I believe I said a D8. Correct me if I said something differently before.
Yeah, D8.
It was a D8 or a D6.
I
should have written that down.
Oh no, Mama Sky's crashed again.
Everything else. So go ahead and Mephi,
On purpose.
Allie,
On purpose.
re-roll your pilot with your bonus dice attached to it. Yeah, that would just be on your character sheet. Okay, so let's see here. Is it?
That's much better.
Okay, so Freckled Hobo. You have a 1, 2, and a 3. What are you rocking right now?
Well, I think because I definitely wrecked it again, I'll do my 1 now and just get the damage out of the way.
Okay. All right. Here. Did anybody not make their pilot check? Okay, Hobo, yeah, you didn't make your pilot check. Allie. Oh, because we added in, so you made it the second time. And Ritz. Okay, so it's just got it. All right, so for speed dice, for order stuff, Ritz, you've got 2 1s and a 5. What are you using?
I'm gonna go with a 1.
Okay.
And it's gonna be like purely movement to like flick on the lights and get as close as possible.
Catch up. Got it. And Nero, 2, 3, and 4. What are you utilizing?
I will take a 2.
Got it. Mephi. See what we have.
I'm gonna
1,
use
4, and
my
5.
4.
You're 4? Got it. Okay. And 2, 3, 5, and 5. All right. Okay. All right. So, Nero, I'm sorry, Nyx is heading towards this pitch black tunnel, has gone into there. Everybody can see that it's just like, this is weird. There's no lights. The way that this is happening, this is orchestrated. Reasonably can assume that going out of this, there's something that might be waiting for you. Something to keep in mind. So we have Mama Sky and Ritz going at the same time. It might be difficult to do a concentrated effort at this particular point, but what are your Mama Sky, you were saying that you wanted to get your damage out of the way.
Just go the other way. Oops, my bad. You didn't stop.
So you're going to overcorrect on the other way to then bash the other side of I got it. Yeah. Cool. All right, let's see what happens here. Okay, all right. That was more of a look what I can do.
Yeah.
And kind of a deal that happened with that one. Okay. So there is this because of this tunnel, it's a type of resounding boom that still happens, even though the damage doesn't like meet up with what happens with like the houseboat being slammed into the other side of the tunnel. And with that, I am totally going to have him roll a composure check on this. Because usually he's very, he's worked in this job for a while. It's like one of those things. But this is going to be harder for him, so I'm going to set this at tricky for him to hold his composure on his basically his life being thrown around. I'm not going to give him bonus dice on this either. We're just going to see how this goes.
I love how you said, "Oh, I'm gonna make my players feel things today," and I'm just like, "I'm gonna make you feel things today," and just destroy his house.
Destruction.
Destroy.
Okay, his composure succeeds. The skill roll is what's important, and he actually succeeded very, very well. The target was a 7. He rolled a 3. He's right now he's busy with like this Oni group conversation that happened. He's intentionally rode into this darkness, and hearing this resounding boom, he is literally choosing to compartmentalize and block that in the back of his mind. There are other things that are more important. So that is where he is going right now. Ritz, what are you doing at the same time that this is happening with Mama Sky?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I am just like concentrating on just trying. I'm gonna turn on the lights on the bike and just try to get as close to Nyx as I can. Yeah, that's about it. Just
okay.
Mostly movement, like literally gunning it as fast as I can.
Excellent. Not even gonna have you roll for that.
Yeah.
Lights go on, so you are able to light Nyx up. Beyond that is still pitch black because he is not utilizing his light. It seems like he knows where he's going. He's done this before. So, but you do then eat up the distance between yourself and Nyx. You are just outside of melee range as opposed to being in very long range that you were before, and that will go ahead and be your turn.
Yeah, awesome.
And that brings us to Mephi. You're in the pitch black along with everybody else. You can hear the echoes of everyone around you, including the houseboat that is behind you that has just banged a second time on the opposite side. You know that everybody is above you on the walkway. You can chance going for a ramp or the such if you want to do a detection thing, or you can try to eat up some distance, get ahead of everybody. You're pretty much neck and neck with people right now.
I think I'm gonna try and gain some distance, try and get ahead of everyone.
Excellent. Okay, so with that then, go ahead, Mephi. I just want a flavor for this, because your pilot check already came in with degrees of success with everything that was going on. So keeping in mind that you have a bonus that I gave you for detection if we go into that, but you're just literally just are you just using all of this on movement to get ahead?
I'm gonna get ahead so that next time I'm able to spot out a way to get up once I'm ahead.
Got it. Not even going to have you roll for it then. You're using all of this on movement. You're not focused on anybody else except for what is ahead of you and getting ahead. So yes, you will go ahead into you see where the darkness ends. And as you get closer and closer to that, you do see a number of figures that are almost like it's not like they're in wait. It's not like they're waiting for you. It's a number of figures wearing different colors in the same location that have all they're all alerted to the fact that something loud is coming towards them. You're able to see as it gets, as you get further out of the darkness, these figures looking over at you, two different types of fashions. Maybe they were meeting with each other for a deal or something like that. Maybe it was more of the fact of wrong place, wrong time for you. But it looks like this is maybe two groups of gangs meeting together, and now all of them are reaching for weapons, looking at the noise that is heading towards them. So you see all of this. keeping in mind that you have your Oni that can connect with whoever you want. If you want to connect with a party, you can give me influence point.
No pressure or anything.
Would I need an influence point if I'm just connecting with the group, with the party, and not an outside
No.
party?
No, but I want you to give me a roll at how good that will be since everybody's in the middle of a chase.
Yeah. Alright.
Okay. Yeah. Not even a thing. Let's do an acuity digital networking for this for you. And this roll, if you fail this roll, you can re-roll it later, but if you succeed on it, we'll just have this stay.
Okay.
So this is pretty normal. We'll do it at the lower end of normal at a target result of 8. No bonuses or anything else like that.
So yeah, I make the call and expecting, because everyone answers when Effie calls normally, just says, there are people up at... Hello?
Hello, it is Angelique. You have called me. Madam Melfi, what is I'm here for your speed contact.
And Effie
Because
just hangs up.
in the rush of everything, Angelique is your number one.
Yes.
Is your number one on it, and that is because you rolled a 9 when the target was 8. So it's like you have Angelique on the phone who is willing to do whatever you want. So there is that. Madam Melfi, is there anywhere that I can help? What are you doing? There is so much noise in the background.
Just put on the noise filter and give me any of the police units that are near the canals. There appears to be some sort of illicit activity that might be happening near the exit of this tunnel. You can pinpoint me, send them now, and then I hang up.
I will send them. Click. All right, so Angelique has gotten a call from you where she will then relay that to nearby police to then come on the scene for individuals that are just hanging around in the tunnel. Okay, so we have that thrown into the mix. I'm sorry, Nero. Is there something in particular that you would like?
Yeah, so I just need some clarification. Ritz was speeding up, and are we now within melee range or just like close range and not like far range?
You are just outside of melee range. Like if you give it one more turn, you will be within melee range of this, just like how it's normally going. But
Okay.
you're in. There's a number of things that you can do depending on what your. Let me know what your intention is. And
Well, Nero is impatient, and I think he's gonna shout to Ritz, I need, I reckon that it's in our best interest if you can just pull to the left a little bit. Because what I want is to, like, if we can get some sideways distance between the two of us and I can see the wheels with my telescopic baton, if I could throw it and try to catch it in the, like, in the, between the rims, just something to...
Flippy.
Yeah!
Yeah, flippy or grippy. Totally get you. You're just outside of melee range, but that doesn't mean you're outside of range. If you want to try throwing your melee weapon into, I mean, we can do that. That will be challenging. I will let you know right now. Okay. All right, cool. Just so that you know. Well, you know what? We'll let the dice decide it. I'm a very big component of that. So, all right. So if you want to throw your melee weapon,
are we thinking like athletics again? There's no like ranged
yeah, there's melee combat, but not really. Like range is like different because they think of like range, like, you know, as opposed to there's perception throw, but I don't like see like, but I'm looking at your sheet and your athletics D8 as opposed to your perception throw. If you want to make a argument for your strength athletics as opposed to your perception throw, I'm willing to listen to it.
I mean, I'm here for the athletics. Like, like Nero shouted at Ritz to take like that hard left, so they're gonna be like angling a little bit. So like Nero's gonna have to use all of his ab muscles to be able to tilt in the right direction and like throw the baton in such a way that it can like angle itself and like boomerang its way to the wheel. So it's a bit of an athletic feat.
Yeah, it's not eyeing something to throw something into a thing. It's more like we'll make this wilder. It'll be a wilder thing. All right, cool. So yeah, let's do strength athletics. Like I said, this will be challenging. We'll keep this on the higher end of challenging. So we'll do this at a 5. You are also going to put a luck dice on this. I want a D4 luck dice because this is a desperate situation. No bonus dice on this, because this is not what this is used for.
How do we handle hits when they match?
Okay.
Does it go to the attacker or to the defender?
Okay, so for that, I like to do it where it's like it's a win, but it's not like a win. It's not necessarily a push. And your luck is close to a stroke of luck. What actually happens, and this is pretty interesting. You toss your you like telescope your baton and then toss it out to try to get that within the spinning wheels of Nyx's motorcycle. It literally wangs off the back of his motorcycle for you then to reach out with your less dominant hand and be able to catch the tip of it.
Ooh.
So you do not lose your weapon, but it also did not stop him.
All right.
Yeah.
At least I looked a little cool though.
Oh,
Nice shot.
Thank you. I'll do better next time.
We'll get him next time.
okay. And at that, we have Nyx's turn. And let's go ahead and roll a him. All right, great. He's going to use this entire turn on movement. He is speeding forward out of the darkness into this spot where there are a number of individuals wearing different fashions. One group wearing one fashion, another group wearing another fashion. And as he is speeding by, like he's just like ducking it out. He goes, oh, they're behind me. They've come for us. And just keeps on going.
Oh no.
Alerting this group in a very vague manner of who is all behind him, and that is his turn. So for the next turn, what are we utilizing?
I'm gonna use my other one.
Okay, Ritz is going with 1.
I will do a 3.
Okay, Nero's doing 3.
I will also use my 1.
Okay, and Mephi's doing 1. Mama? 4. Alright, excellent. And Nyx will use his other 5. All right, so we have Mephi and Ritz. Y'all, okay, so Ritz, you, at this point, as you're exiting out the darkness, you see Mephi like just hightailing it on this sleek as like jet ski that's going on and is booking it on the waterway. You see that, and we'll also say Mephi also sees you. Mephi sees what's ahead of you and looks over at you and like kind of does that head tilt of this is happening. And actually I should roll for this gang. Wow, double threes. All right, cool. And yeah, so both of you are in sync with realizing what's going on. Both of you are out of the darkness. What would you like to do? What's your intention here?
Okay, so the tunnel, is it curved?
Yeah, no, it's curved above you.
Okay. And the gang in front of us, is there a gap, or are they all like together looking at us?
There is a way to go past them as long as nobody gets in your way. They are further to the other side of the tunnel. Looks like there's something of a point of interest that they're looking at on the other end. So they were all turned towards that, and then now they turned towards you, but it is straight to just continue forward.
I'm like, it's okay. Let me. I'm actually gonna flip a coin. So there's two things that I either want to do, and this is kind of gonna. Okay, we're gonna go insane. Okay, so we're in a tunnel, right? And I'm assuming there's water in between us. There's there's a lane on one side that we're currently on, and there's a lane on the other side. Is there a lane on the other side of the water?
Think of it like you are on one lane with these gang individuals, and then there's not a railing. It goes into where it goes into the waterway. So it is this platform, and then water.
And what about the other side? Because we're coming out of a tunnel. On the other side of the tunnel, is there another laneway, or is it just end of tunnel?
Or it's just the tunnel. It's like if you drove past these individuals, you would find another exit to how they got into this tunnel. This is like a meat spot.
Yeah, okay, cool. Well, I was thinking if there was another lane on the other side, what I was going to do was I was going to try to go really fast as I could, go up around the side of it and end up on the other side. But there's nothing on the other side, so we're not doing that. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do then...
You can drive through the gang individuals to do like your tunnel stunt if you want to.
Yeah, let's do that. I want to do that. Right. So I'm going to try to, get through them as fast as I can, but do like a bit of a side on the wall, and kind of come back down, to kind of completely miss them.
All right, let's do it. I love it. Okay, so for this, let's see what you got here. Ritz for okay, so there are this goes acuity navigation or acuity pilot for me. Acuity pilot I would prefer over navigation, and I see
I.
Yeah, you have a D10 as opposed to D12. This is not easy. Ritz Miller is in their birth sleeve, correct?
Correct.
Right. Okay. So yeah, this is not easy. This is challenging to be able to do this. Let's see if we have anything equipment wise that could also observation photo. Not really. Okay. So yeah. All right. So for this, yeah, I mean, it's tricky. We're gonna set this at a 7.
Yep.
I don't see any bonus dice that can happen with this.
No.
But definitely luck dice that happens with this. Give me a D4. 1 D4 that goes with this. And let's see what the dice have to say.
All right. Come on, dice. You haven't done me bad yet. Oh, nothing. Wait. I think I accidentally clicked a different one. Give me a second.
The suspense is killing us.
No, that's fine.
I know, I'm sorry.
As this is happening, we see the...
Yeah.
Wow. That is amazing. That is amazing. Okay. As we see this happening, these two groups of individuals, you actually see that one of them responding to Nyx as he speeds by, then their car was running, so they actually pushed that into your way. So they didn't know what was going on. They just know, hey, they're after us. So push that into your way. So you would not have been able to continue on your motorbike as is. You rolled a 2 with a target of 7, and your luck dice was a 1. So that's not a stroke of luck. I am definitely utilizing that for flavor. You, Ritz, you definitely see that this is happening right in front of you. You then barrel through these individuals that are having their meet cute. Who knows? You know what they're there for, but it's like, oh yeah, this is a meet cute. And you barrel up the side of the tunnel with your momentum, and then also utilizing Nero, realizing what's going on, and he throws his body into the gravity of the movement, fully trusting that this is hopefully not a real death scenario. You go up the side of this embankment to the tunnel to then, utilizing your body weight, flip back down on the other side of this car that was in your way, continuing your pursuit, taking you past these members that are still going to, a couple of them have guns, which is unheard of. Like that's unheard of. For there's permits and all this other stuff that has to go with it. But a couple are going to take some pot shots at you with this. And they're guns that are 3D made, like they have 3D printers at home. That's how you get past permits. But along with that means that you have to, let's say, sacrifice a couple of things like accuracy or not blowing up in your hand, kind of a thing that comes with doing 3D guns.
Of course.
So they're going to take some pot shots, and okay, that makes sense. Yeah, the target was 5. They rolled a 5. Their luck was a little bit, and their bonus went under. So, like, overall, this is a success. It's just not a great one. They miss both of you.
Mm-hmm.
However, they do wing the back of your tire. And this is a classic motorcycle where it is then... You can't hear it over the motorcycle with like the sounds, but things start getting a little bit choppy with you, and you're pretty certain that you're starting to lose pressurized air in the back. Nothing very huge now, but this will come to pass later. So
yeah, okay,
all right, Methy.
Yeah. I guess seeing this, and since there's no one in my way currently,
there's no one in your way.
Gonna...
In fact, if you wanna try for another ramp to do what you were doing before, you would definitely have a chance at this.
I'm gonna try and slingshot myself in front of me.
Okay, I love this. All right, I need a detection roll from you again. You will get your bonus dice that goes along with this. So give me a perception detection, and you get a, I believe, did I give you a D8 or a D6 before?
A D8.
D8. Then please put a D8 on there. If you want a luck dice, I'll give it to you. But if you're okay with the straight roll, just do the straight roll.
I'll do the straight roll.
All right.
Just need my target number.
Oh yes. I mean, this is a stunty stunt. We'll keep this on the higher end of tricky, 7.
Yeah.
Heck Heck yes.
I made it.
All right. Rolled a 5, 2 degrees of success, and even your bonus, you're 7. Like that's a success. All right. Okay. So as Ritz is doing this death-defying stunt that is happening with this tunnel to sling her bike around on Nyx looks up. Like already he keeps on thinking about his boat, like keeps on thinking about his stuff that like Mama Sky has hostage and is basically chasing him with. And there's all these distractions that is going on for him, where then Mephi, you just like channel that thrill kill that's like inside of you, and you are able to not necessarily get in front of him to block him off, but you are able to find a ramp that is there. You know, there's ramps and waterways. This is a thing that we all know from like movies and television. So you like take this ramp, and as you're doing that, you're able to grab the back of Nyx while he is on his motorbike, because he's looking off to the left where he's actually planning to go next. And as you are raking your hand like up the back of his jacket, his business jacket, that throws him off balance. He was going to continue going straight forward. This knocks him off course, and you see him, instead of continuing on the canals, he then dives off into a second way that you all know will just go to New Street Corridor. Like, he now has to desert the canals completely. And we will also say that for this, going up this corridor, that more than likely he is going to Birmingham New Street.
Is that one of the streets which is closed off?
It's basically the New Street Corridor is it's at the back of New Street Station. Mm-hmm. So with this, there's literally only one location that he can go to, which is New Street Station, and then at the very, very back of that is the New Street Corridor.
Yeah. Okay,
so
cool.
it's kind of like a lesser known back entrance to that station, which he is going up New Street Corridor. He will only get to New Street Station there.
Okay, cool.
So you have literally dead-ended Nyx into a location because the rest of the city got shut down. As he goes up this, and then we'll do Nero. As he goes over to this way of going up New Street Corridor, which will take him to the back of New Street Station, you can literally hear him expletive, I didn't mean to go this way, kind of a deal, like happening and rebounding off of the walls. Nero.
Really quickly, Murphy just says, all you had to do was stop and talk, and you wouldn't be going in the wrong direction.
Expletive.
I feel like I have a limited amount of options to do, since I'm just like hanging out, like holding on for dear life to Ritz's torso. But with my free hand, could I just smack some of them people that was just hanging out that we kind of like looped around? I just want to like give them a good hit behind the leg, behind the knee, back of the head,
With your telescoping baton, after you land, you're able to get some good whacks in. Like you're leaving unrest in your wake. And in fact, behind you, you want to be like, You
Of course.
completely can.
Of course.
Yeah, you are leaving that in your wake. It's a small scale pandemonium that's going on. It's good times.
Fabulous.
Mama Sky, you for where Nyx went, you could park the houseboat closer up that way if you wanted to do like a quick turn to get closer up that way, or you can desert it as is, and you have a number of ways to be able to get up to the walkway that everybody else is on. So depending on what you would like to do.
Do I know that Nyx is basically like he's good, like everybody got him over there?
From what you are able to tell from the houseboat, it looks like Nyx has taken that out that was controlled for him.
Okay.
And with that, you Mama Sky knows the city. She knows the canals, she knows the New Street corridor, she knows New Street Station. So with that, she knows that there is little to zero chance that Nyx is getting away.
Got it. Okay, then I will stop damaging the boat. And and I kind of want to do a once over before I leave of anything that seems important, physical wise. I guess I would notice that, I don't know, something is missing that they took, but I wouldn't know what it is. But I would just look for anything that's important that I could grab on the way out, since I'm like, all right, he's taken care of.
Yeah, I will definitely say, I'm not going to have you roll for this. Since you are piloting this houseboat and since you've been looking around at everything with it, you are able to see like near the front of it, near in your like in that pilot house, you see a paper train timetable. It's you know, it's just out there. It looks like something that has been thumbed a number of times, and you see that the last train to London, 23:58, is highlighted in neon green marker. You also see that right now the time is, well, it's earlier evening when all of this started. It is a bit later now. It feels faster than it happened, kind of a deal. So you know that this last train that has been highlighted, maybe it's a meeting point or something like that, but you know that this train is about an hour or so away at this point.
And what was the time on that ticket? Or not the ticket, the thing?
23:58, the last train to London.
Awesome.
Maybe it's more of a thing of this is the last chance kind of a thing, as opposed to this is the only train. So you know that is about an hour from now.
Can I just grab that and head out?
Absolutely. All right.
I shall do that.
You take that, you head up one of the ladders going up to the walkway. Mephi. So let's say that you meet Mephi at the same time for both of you to head up to the walkway, unless Mephi, you had something else in mind with what you would like to do.
No, if I'd run out of, or would run out of water, it makes sense to continue on foot.
If you want to pilot up further with that, you can go further up New Street corridor with your smaller boat to then be able to go up for, if you want it to have a little bit more private time to yourself to perhaps talk to someone, then you can.
No, I'd pick up Mama Sky. Make sure that it gets, that does a lot of noise. Are you healthy?
That is between me and my doctors. No, everything's fine. I was going for the intimidating thing. Clearly, I don't do this very often. You seem to know what you're doing, though. Oh, good. Then that's all I was trying to do.
Very intimidating to everyone nearby, and possibly a few towns over.
Excellent.
Ritz and Nero see you. All of you are heading in to this corridor, the New Street corridor, going to New Street Station. As you continue forward, Ritz and Nero still on the motorcycle bike. You come to what is relatively a dead end for New Street Station. You see a figure standing there, breathing heavily, has ripped off his business jacket, and is like, keeps on looking over his shoulder at you. As all of you then come up, you see Nyx, fewer laugh lines, older than Luan, look at all of you, that he's cornered. Behind him is an entryway going into New Street Station, and he keeps on looking over his shoulder with it, and he looks at all of you and he goes, yeah, so you found me. What?
But
Macam.
we want to talk.
And at that, we're going to end our session where you have Nyx cornered. He is belligerent. You've just chased him down. You have so much information to decide on what it is that you want to do next. You know that, you know about the double sleeving situation. You know that there are people that are hunting Luan. You don't know about the people that are hunting him or Nyx, but you have a pretty good idea that somebody perhaps needs to wind up dead to satisfy whoever it is that's searching for whatever. And that there's movements involved. There are the royalists that want to restore Britain as it was underneath, the protectorate. There are the anti-Americanizationists that are against everything that is insider, like everything insider, any way, shape, or form, which includes the Windsors and the royalists. And you know that you have Luan and you have Nyx. You know that there is data that links Longbridge Air and Space with the Windsor family, and that they want it. And that is where we leave it for our finale that happens next week.
We're never gonna find Luan.
I know.
It'll just be a mystery.
Poor sweet Luan.
Nyx might know where he is.
He best.
Oh man.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and let people know where they can find you on the internet or something that you are doing right now. We'll go in reverse order. Lanta, let's go ahead and start with you, please. Atlanta?
It's me? Yeah, sorry, my headset was down. That's all good. Hello guys, I am Lanta. You guys can find me at Level Up Dice, at Level Up TTB. Doing some crazy stuff at the moment. Currently on Lego Masters Season 3 in Australia, which is super exciting. So if you are around, go and watch it. But that's all from me.
Yeah, and Lana showed us her like some of her Lego work before, and it's just like, watch the show. That's some good
so
work.
Heckin' cool.
Yeah.
It's like that's some good work. It's like good stuff. So Allie B, where can they find you? Put yourself over.
Hi, I'm Allie B, game designer and writer. Just this past weekend, I was a part of Flight to Foundry. I think VODs are going up at some point in the coming week. So if you want to hear me talk about wrestling and then get cut off by YouTube, and then come back and talk more about wrestling, there's that. There's me talking with Valerie Valdez and Phoebe Barton about mechanized emotion and how to make it work in your games. And then if you look on Patreon, this is not recorded, but if you go on my Patreon, patreon.com/MADPIERROT, I have the slideshow that I did on how to make mechanics in a tabletop game. And yeah, and then on Twitter, I'm just having some hair adventures, and I'll probably be yelling about Falcon and the Winter Soldier once I watch the last episode after this.
Excellent. I'm so excited for your journey with the finale for Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Yeah, B Zelda, please put yourself over. Where can we find you on the nets?
Yeah, hello. I have been B Zelda, your non-binary busy bee. You can find me on Twitter as @B_Zelda. I am a podcaster, member of the Broadswords. We release episodes every other Monday. I think this Monday you might be getting an episode. The last one was our goat went missing. So we might be getting back to more serious things now. Who knows? I am also a prolific tabletop streamer. I stream probably every day of the week. So tomorrow you can find me on a channel that I've forgotten where I bought brand new goggles because we're playing like sci-fi fighter pilots, and these goggles are gorgeous.
Yes.
Wow, sunglasses like that.
Oh my god, actually,
They're so hard to look through.
Yeah, you can't.
They're so hard.
Not for real vision. It's not. It hurts my
not.
eyes.
Gorgeous. I love those so much.
This takes me back to steampunk.
Right? So if you like cool goggles and cool streamers, follow me on Twitter to figure out what I do.
Excellent. And oh my gosh, I'm going to get that link from you. Freckled Hobo, put yourself over. Where can we find you? What do you do?
Well, if it wasn't obvious, you can find me literally anywhere that's Freckled Hobo, spelled just like you would say it. The only thing that isn't Freckled Hobo is my Twitter, because I locked myself out of that Twitter and I refuse to figure out what email was used. It is Freckled_Hobo on Twitter. I have 2 games going on right now besides this one. I have a game every Sunday at Freckled Hobo, 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It is for the Crown of Feywild. This week they're going to be trying to a little heist, as well as trying to free someone who has wrongly been accused of murdering her family, but she actually did, but you've got to figure out what happened. And then Mondays, I have a game at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Dragons and Dreamers, where I play Opal, who is even more crazy than Mama Sky, which you think is impossible, but it's great.
Yeah, I love that, because Mama Sky don't play. Mama Sky's got a lot of skills, you know. She kind of reminds me of me with like everything that I do job-wise. They're like, what can you do? I'm like, I can do everything.
I can do everything.
Yeah.
Well, what do you want?
It's like, that's what Mama Sky does.
Yeah.
Okay, and I've been your GM for this amazing game, amazing campaign. We're gonna be doing our finale episode next week with all the things. I'm Markeia McCarty. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Markeia McCarty, MARKEIA. I can spell my name, MCCARTY. Darth Markeia on Twitch, Markeia TV on Facebook, and yeah, Mondays 8 a.m. PT. I do Kids on Bikes. I'm Mana, who's a spiritual guru, very strong in her beliefs at like 11 and a half years old, and might kill people. You know, that's just one of those things. Kids, what are you gonna do? Also takes place in the 90s. And then on Tuesday, 6 p.m. PT, I'm in a zombie apocalypse game that also zombie apocalypse happened in the 90s, but the year is 2021. That's 6 p.m. PT here at Hunters Entertainment, called Outbreak Undead, Rag and Bone. Go ahead and check out on this. And then, of course, next week, this dual campaign of finding both sides of this revolution, you know, like all these choices that are being made. On Thursdays, 1 p.m. PT is Level Up _TTV, that you can find out one half of the revolution. And you know what? I will just, I'll just say it. The other half found Luan. This half
Shut the front door.
What?
This half of the revolution found Nyx. And we will see what happens in our finale with choices that are made.
Heck.
It's gonna die.
We will
I
see
don't know
what
how I feel
happens.
about this.
At least it's not Charlotte.
So looking forward to everything that happens with this. I very much have enjoyed this time with each of your characters, no matter what. And thank you so much for bringing that to this. And for everyone out there, of course, be kind to others, but also to yourself. Be safe, wear a mask, get vaccinated, and yes, play more games, please. And we'll see you next week.